Hello and welcome to Dave's Delightful Dishes. As always, I'm Dave, and it's such a delight to have you here visiting me today in not my kitchen. I got a challenge, and the challenge makes me come down here to my bar. So, the challenge was to do cocktails. Let's check it out. So I had guests over, and we were making some cocktails for them, and there was one particular type of martini that I make, which uses a lot of liquors, but the one main one that is the main flavor is Saint Germain, which is an elderflower liquor. And my guest said, hey, I really like this cocktail, but there's no way I'm ever going to buy this bottle or I'm going to make this drink because I'd have to have all these different liquors. But it's not true. Most things, most people who have a bar setup are going to have a couple of basic types of liquor, which you can work with to make a bunch of drinks. And what we're going to do is we're going to make 3 cocktails to show how you can make this liquor go around. Okay, so the first drink we're going to do right now is called a Pretty in Pink, and it's got a lot of fruit juices from which we're going to squeeze out of fresh juices, and it has vodka, and it's got the elderflower. Now today I'm going to have a couple of types, but we'll get to there when we get there. First thing we got to do is I've got a red grapefruit, and I got to split that in half. Oh, and yeah, look at the color on that. So I got to take this half a grapefruit, and normally I would use, a juicer squeezer like this, but grapefruit's too big for it. So I'm going to hand squeeze it, and I'm just going to use this strainer so that I don't get any seeds in. So I need to get a mixing cup, and I'm going to squeeze in a half of a grapefruit. Do it slowly so you don't get grapefruit in your eye. It already smells refreshing. You're not going to go nuts, just get as much out of it as you can. Some are juicier than others. Okay, there's the one. And now I need a half of a lemon. And the other half will go over to the side. Now this I can squeeze in my squeezer. So I'll put that in. And just... There we go. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can squeeze it in like that, or you can put it face down. And I just find that the up works better when I'm trying not to get seeds into my drink. So we've got the juices in here. So now I have to do vodka. I'm going to do 3 ounces of vodka. Now these are just the brands that I happen to have in the house. So yeah, this is Grey Goose. But, if you've got another one or you prefer a different one, in this situation, as long as it's as long as it's not a flavored vodka, you're probably going to be fine. So 3 parts vodka. If I was very sophisticated, I could probably have a pouring nozzle, but I don't make that many drinks. There's that. And I'm going to use Saint Germain for this one. And I'm at the bottom of this bottle. So it's 1.5 of Saint Germain. There's 1. And I'm going to finish off this bottle with the half. Perfect. And then we'll talk about the next one on the next drink. So now I got to take some ice. And I also want to do a couple of dashes of orange bitters. Now, there's lots of types of bitter. There's Angostura Orange, there's peychaud, which we're going to use later. I happen to have gotten a bitters set that has a bunch of different flavors. So this is citrus. I've got grapefruit. There's already grapefruit in this, so I want orange for a little bit more sweetness. So 4 dashes there. And now, because I'm a sophisticated gentleman, I'm going to use tongs to get some ice into the mix. And I just got one more little task I got to do now before we move on to shaking. I need to take a Collins glass, or in this case something that's close to it, and I'm going to take this other half of the lemon and I'm rubbing it over the rim and not getting the seed in there. And now I've got sugar. So we're going to rim this glass with some sugar. That goes off to the side. Now it's time to shake, shake, shake. I mean, you can shake a million times, but I'm just doing it till it gets cold. And now, this one, normally you would use the gate so that you could strain it. But this one, we want to actually put the ice inside. So we're going to be very careful as we pour. But I do have a bar mat for this reason. And then I want to garnish this with a sprig of rosemary. And voila, we have a pretty in pink. So I'm going to reset and we're going to move on to drink number 2. Okay, this next one is called a Basil-ica, as in like basil. So we need to take some sprigs of some basil leaves, and I'm going to do 4 leaves. There's 4. And we are going to drop them in to our mixing glass. And I need a half, I need my squeezer, because I need a half a lemon squeezed. I'm gonna try it the other way this time. Oh yeah, look at that. Half a lemon, the juice of a half a lemon squeezed in. And I need simple syrup. Go over there. Looking for an ounce of simple syrup, preferably without the lid. Now you can make simple syrup yourself. It's really easy. It's just sugar, water, and then boil until it reduces to the thickness you're looking for. Or you can find it in basically every liquor store and most grocery stores. And now I got to take a muddler, and we're going to muddle this and crush it up real good. Really get the flavors out of that basil. That goes there. And now let me move this out of the way. I need 2 ounces of gin. In this case, I'm using Hendrick's Neptunia, which is from their Cabinet of Curiosities. Instead of being like a juniper forward gin, this is more botanical and aromatic. I actually just picked up a bunch of their limited edition ones. And oh, it's just such a different flavor than your typical gin. This is not going to be like eating a pine tree. I need 2 ounces of this. 1. 2. And then I need a half an ounce of elderflower. In this case, I'm going to do flirtini, which is a new one that I just got on recommendation of the guy at my liquor store. This has been highly rated by them. It's from France. And I also have Saint Germain, but I wanted to try this different one this time. And I need a ½ ounce of that in here. And it's just going to kind of bring some sweet and floral along with the gin. All right. Oh yeah, you can get the. I'm getting the whiff of that elderflower as it's coming through. So now for us to finish, I need to take the final basil leaf, which is the 5th one, and I'm going to take an orange, and I'm going to get some orange peel. This is going to be for our garnish. And then you wrap the basil in the orange peel. You give that a little skewer. That'll be there. I now need ice. And the glass I'm going to use for this one is a martini glass. So I've got these cool bent ones. And I got to give her a shake. Oh, wow. And you can really smell the basil coming through. And then that goes in. And voila. That's drink number 2, the Basil-ica. And let's set up for drink number 3. Okay, for drink number 3, I'm doing what I like to call an elderflower flirtini. It's a sweet and sour martini using gin and elderflower liqueur. And it has sweet and sour. It's really tasty. So let's start off with this one just by getting our garnish ready. So I have a lime, since I'm going to have to use the lime for other things in this as well. And I want to just pull off, if I can. So these limes haven't been great to me as far as trying to get that off. There we go. Just need a little bit for a twist. Maybe I'll try to get a little bit more. Now, if you're not handy with a knife, then I might not recommend this style of getting the zest off. And then a maraschino cherry. Just so. And then I need to wedge off there we go. Now I got a wedge. Let me now start off with this is Hendrick's Flora Adora. It's another one of their limited edition from the Cabinet of Curiosities. I tried the Neptunia and then I had to get a bunch of the others. This is my first time with this. But everything it says it's going to be great in this drink. But you can certainly use any gin you like. But I think a botanical one is going to be better than a standard like Booth's gin or something like that. So go with one that's one of the weird ones that's got flavor. I need 2 parts of the gin. Two parts of elderflower. You need also 2 to 3 parts of sweet and sour. I'm going to do 3. and attach a tad of orange bitters. That's about 4 squeezes of that. We're going to put some ice in here. So now, this type of one, I have to do just so. And again, I'm just going until it's cold. And I again have to take a martini glass. I'm going to take this lime wedge and just give a little squeeze around. And I need a half gate for this style because it doesn't have the lid. And I can pour it on in. And we're going to, without going through my hand, we're going to garnish with a lime and the cherry. And just like that, we have this, and this was the drink that started it all. And it is very good. Feel free to give it a try. I'm sure you're going to like it. So what it comes down to is there are endless choices for drinks. And you know, when you're entertaining or just wanting to enjoy a nice evening yourself, sometimes it's nice to come out and have a cocktail. So don't be scared of picking some type of liquor that you like and buying a full bottle of it. There's certainly going to be mixture options for you. Check them out and let me know if you like this format, you know, as far as me doing things other than in the kitchen. And if there's another type of drink you'd like me to try and show, feel free to leave it in the comments. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, check it out. You know, hit that like and subscribe button, and maybe hit that bell so you can get notified whenever I put out new stuff. You can also leave me comments on my Facebook page for Dave's Delightful Dishes, which will be included in the description, as well as all the ingredients for all these drinks. You can check out my Instagram for pictures and things that I haven't necessarily put on the show yet. And by all means, if you happen to be on my Facebook page, check out my Spreadshirt app. It's got aprons and mugs and all other kinds of merch that's mine. And you know you'd like to see have a t-shirt with my face on it. But until I hear back from you guys again, I'll see you at the next recipe.